written it down yet. In stars and time. I remember huddling with strangers under an umbrella in the park with a crowd of 30 people trying to catch a Zapdos. No, okay, hold on, Zerkit. Zerkit, I'm going to give you my top 3 Pokemon Go stories. I remember the first week that it came out, me and a group of my friends went to a local park. And I grew up in a largely, like, in a Hispanic, like, majority community. And I remember we were out there and there was a straight up cholo that, like, could have passed as a Danny Trejo impersonator, and he was just out there with a machete on his belt because he doesn't really go outside like that. And we chatted for about 20 minutes and then broke into an apartment complex after hours to try to catch a Sandslash because it was the first evolved Pokemon that we saw out in the wilds. Another was that there was me and Zooks would play a lot of Pokemon Go, and he would use it to drive around town, especially late at night because he had trouble sleeping. And we found that there was a particular spot at night in the valley where, like, the moisture got high enough that the system confused where we were standing, which was a valley, with a lake. And so Dratini would spawn there at late at night, the same way that it would spawn around, like, certain bodies of water. And that was pretty much the only time in town, because I grew up in a desert town, where we could find Dratini like that. And my number one favorite Pokemon Go story was one of the community days, I think 2 years in. Me and a group of friends went to our local college campus, which, you know, had the combination of increased moisture as well as heightened foot traffic. And we walked around, and I remember we saw a surprising amount of elderly people who were, like, playing Pokemon Go with us. And I remember seeing this guy, and I think it had to have been in late May, because he told us that he was in town for his granddaughter's graduation, and he had 4 different phones on him and, like, 7 battery packs all set up to play Pokemon Go. And he was talking about his Pokemon Go experience like he was, like, a war vet. Like, he was like, yeah, did you go into we were in Chicago for Go Fest. It was a great time. Like, me and the missus, we picked up an incredible amount of shinies, made a bunch of new friends. And, like, he was a Valor team player, and I'm never gonna forget this, because when a raid, like, dropped, when it showed up, what he did is that he put 2 fingers in the air in the shape of a V to signal to the people around him that he was a Valor player, to get other Valor players around him so that they could raid the Lugia or whatever together. And I'm never gonna forget that for, like, the rest of my life. Pokemon Go was a great time, for sure. I'm just saying, I don't think the game itself has sustained the interest that it had showing up at the beginning. And that's why I'm not sure I can put it on this list. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to put it on the list, but I'm going to make it duke it out, because I have rules as to how this is going to